Tomb of the Spider Queen, our first map in another Meta Madness qualifier match. So now we're in qualifier number 2, as I already highlighted. In the second qualifier, 8 heroes are pre-banned. You can see them right down here. All those 8 heroes cannot be played anymore in Meta Madness. As already talked about in the first qualifier, we obviously have the typical Meta Madness rule where you can only play hero once within a series. But we also have pre-bans now. So every single time that we're entering a new qualifier, qualifier number 3, 4, 5, I'm going to let you know how many heroes are pre-banned and which heroes that is. So the heroes shouldn't really change. We'll always see them down here, and keep that in mind as we're going from one game to another. Now, this is Meta Madness 8. We've been running this tournament for years now, even before HGC. The format, obviously, always a lot of fun, and more tournaments adopt a light version of it these days, too. We have $2,000 on the line for this one, fully financed by me this time. So, the entire prize pool. And it should be a lot of fun. We're gonna have weeks of content on this one. The qualifiers alone have been a blast thus far. Not only the first qualifier, but also the matches that we had within the second. And yeah, I can't wait for it. Now, the Akatsuki are a new team. So already a big shout out to all of the Naruto fans out there still. If you drop all of the filler episodes and actually go for an episode guy and watch them, absolutely amazing anime. And whoever hasn't watched it, do these people exist? You should still do that. So yeah, very good one. But either way, so they're a new team. And there are a couple of changes. So Cure is actually a sub for them today because Kopenhagen isn't here. And some of you might now look at the lineup and might say, what are you talking about, Khaldor? Cure is playing for Ping Gapped. I got bad news for you, but Ping Gapped doesn't exist anymore. So the American players, Legacy Madara and Cure, they kind of withdrew and the team disbanded because they said it's just too much for them. Now, I'm not 100% certain if it's only Ping related, if they just said like, yeah, playing with the Ping is not really fun and we don't want to do that, or if it's also that there's quite a bit of time that goes into these qualifiers, obviously, if you're playing on both days. So something to keep in mind. At the end of the day, Ping Gap disbanded as a team, and well, Skok and Ultralisk, they founded a new one together with the players that you see here. They founded the Akatsuki. So yeah, but Q at least is still playing as a sub player, and I think we're going to see that a lot more through the tournament here as he did in the past. He's one of the few Americans that is willing to play cross server, and he subbed in for other teams in previous tournaments, of course, too. Now, nothing has really changed for the Raiders. They had a fantastic showing in game number, or in tournament qualifier number 1. The way that teams qualify for the playoffs is that they participate in the qualifiers. They gather points as they move through the tournament rounds. More points, obviously, the deeper into the tournament you are able to go. And then those points get added up. And at the end of all the qualifiers, the top teams make it into the playoffs. Now, with all that out of the way, we are starting things off with Stitches and Malfurion already. Now, I'm a little bit surprised because I'm not really shocked seeing Stitches, but then again, seeing him in game number 1 is not something that I necessarily expected here. Masquerade, of course, loves to troll around with that a bit. They are follow-up from Malfurion and from Junkrat, so 2 heroes that can really capitalize on these hooks. Assume that they're hitting. Now, we get Rexa, Mal'Ganis, Sylvanas, and Chromie for the Raiders. That actually leaves also a lot of really high-level meta picks still available for game number 2 and a potential game number 3, which I like as well. But yeah, good stuff. So we get Swamgrota as the final player to pick for the Raiders. But first we have Tracer and Urel. So Cure on Urel. That's a nasty lineup. This is really annoying. And once that you're getting hit by the Stitches hook, you are in real trouble, and you know it. You have Malfurion, Junkrat, and Urel around you. Just ping-pong you across the map and try and lock you into place for Tracer to dish out the damage. So, Swamgrota, what is the pick right now? Well, they need still a healer. And they go for Stukov. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 1 between the Akatsuki and the Raiders. Let's go. And here we are, Tomb of the Spider Queen, our starting map. Also, quick note before we're heading into this, there's 2 sub players on the side of the Raiders. So neither Zero nor Hunter Orc were here today, which is why Krankle and Swamgrota are subbing in for the 2 of them. So the Raiders are currently also not here with their full lineup. Not quite sure if they are going to join later or if they are here for the second day, but either way, just as a bit of a side note. We have Sven on Rexa, Krankle on Sylvana, Swamgrota with Stukov, Johan on Mal'Ganis. and Nano on Chromie. To the right side of the map, the Akatsuki with Cure on Urel, Ultralisk on Junkrat, Skog on Tracer, Banana H on Malfurion, and Masquerade. Look at you! He's not only playing Stitches, but he is going for Hungry for More. Now I'm a bit sad that it didn't go for Alexstrasza. I would have loved to see insane hit point pool Stitches once again. But I actually like this. I like that we're seeing the talent here. It's always a bit of fun when we're getting this. But yeah, let's go. So, now that we have this one starting up, we could... No, we're not looking at an early kill just yet. Particularly when you have Chromie obviously in your lineup, then this is easy. It happens very, very quickly. Chromie gets a good setup and all of a sudden it's like, bam, first kill is in. Now we're looking at Flare. We have also Might of the Banshee Queen. Fetid touches in, and well, there is kill number 1 and kill number 2. Not only is Rexa eliminated by Tracer, but we have at the same time Stitches taken out. Now, a little bit of a newsflash, losing Rexa is a lot more annoying, but then again, it might also be the end of, wow, might have been the end of Tracer, but she gets out. Losing Rexa is a bit annoying because it was a bot lane kill, so that means there's already some damage done to those structures because Rexa has to rotate over. They're not losing out on experience because Blizzard has at some point made this game more casual friendly than it already was and graced us with experience globes that nobody really asked for. And that means that you can now go for total pleb rotations and you're still not going to lose out on any experience there. But yeah, so it's more so about the damage against the structures and also some gems that have definitely been lost in the process. But it allowed them also, now that they went back, to take the camp. But oof, Cure also, for just a moment, in a bit of trouble. Skog, obviously, his job is to just jump in and out the entire time and try to make sure that he is going to pressure their backline, try to get a couple of bombs through there whenever there's an option or a possibility for that. An opportunity. We have the Hand of Freedom in. Cure still getting harassed here. And they're going for Johan as well. Mal'Ganis dodges the hook. Went on level 4 into the Might of Sagaras. Sagaras would have been another great hero, by the way. When we're talking about a couple of lore heroes, I mean, good old Warcraft 2 times, I believe, back then. So yeah, from a lore perspective, Sagaras would have been kind of fun. They probably butchered him in World of Warcraft or something, but yeah, that was always pretty epic. Anyways, Tracer dead, Chromie, nice kill. So yeah, spicy game. That's exactly what I wanted here. We're in the quarterfinals and they are just going at it exactly the way that they should. So we now have the team that came in, I believe, second place at the first qualifier, the Raiders, going up against the newbies, the Akatsuki. And for the Akatsuki, of course, there's also a bit of pressure involved here. They've missed out on one of the qualifiers. Not a big deal in and of itself. But it means that they don't have any points to their name. So now you really need to make sure that you are getting some decent results in this tournament, just so you're making you're making your way towards those playoff positions, right? It's 5 qualifiers in total. Double elimination system means that if you are a top team, if you are a strong team, you should have no problem qualifying for the playoffs. But it also means that if you're missing out on some of the qualifiers, it could potentially hurt you. So yeah, is what it is. But right now, both teams hyper-aggressive. We are 4 minutes into the game. We have 5 kills already. This time it's Mal'Ganis that falls in the middle. Urel with righteous momentum. Sticky Wicket. And 11 stacks for Masquerade. Hungry for More is a fun one. You get also some extra movement speed, so he already is a little bit faster than anyone else. But with every single one of these stacks, he is now not only increasing his hit points, but eventually also going to increase his movement speed even further. So we could go for race car Stitches. And the red team is also able to get the first objective. They have their first set of Web Weavers appearing already. And that bot lane pressure is resulting in a tower being destroyed, the gate getting dropped, and the second tower also falling rather low. So this is already looking very good. Some fort damage is going to be involved here for sure. And the team has started to rotate into the middle, but they've done the entire thing already. With 15... Like, these rotations, by the way, are very good for Masquerade too. Because Masquerade is essentially just going from one minion wave to another. And is getting more and more globes together. Which at this point is already resulting in him having roughly 350 additional hit points. So, fairly good. That's really going to help him as the game continues, and the extra movement speed, of course, is going to do the entire thing as well. Another thing to really consider when you're thinking about Hungry for More is... Ooh, hello, Cure. Yeah, that's Urel dying, and that's a lot of gems dropping there too. Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. So, yeah. But alright, they got a fort at the top. They got 4 damage down at the bottom of the map. They have a lead in experience, so I guess still worth it at the end of the day. Masquerade still playing with them in the middle because now the blue team is insanely interested to get their own turn in before level 10 is available for the Akatsuki. Let's see if they can pull that off. But what I wanted to say earlier, the higher Stitch's hit point pool is, the better also for Devour. So his survivability is going to get increased in multiple regards if he is able to stack properly. And you can actually get an insane amount of stacks on this one. So if they can guard this globe, for example, that would also help. And, yeah, they are able to pull it off. So he gets 2 more globes down here. Now we have him at 17 stacks already and level 10, which means Gorge. And thanks to that, we also get the Riptire, we have the Ardent Defender. So with level 10 abilities, not only do they have another chance to put pressure onto the bottom fort and maybe even take that thing down, which is maybe a little bit too much to ask for, but they're also going for Mal'Ganis, and yep, they're completely locking him down. And that's exactly the kind of play that I've been talking about earlier. If you are able to get any hero gorged up with Malfurion and with the additional follow-up from Junkrat, you know that you're in a great spot to lock a kill in. And that's what they've just done against the tank. Now they're trying again for the fort down here. Oh, nice move. Sylvana, super aggressive. Nearly killing Tracer and or Malfurion, but not able to get the kill. Masquerade with the Devour, and is able to get away too. They really need to get out now, though. They are playing this one extremely Ghost Orb. Look at this. They are all so low. But they're still sustaining themselves through this. Masquerade gets finally... Yeah, that's what happens. That was happening. And they asked for it, and now he died. So he's gone. Urel gets caught by Mal'Ganis, and that's a double kill. So, yeah, that's just what happens if you are staying too long. They overstayed their welcome, they got punished, and now Tracer might fall too. Skog is making it out. Close call though, but yeah. This all started with a kill against Mal'Ganis, and we're gonna take another look at it because it was textbook Stitch's Gorge kill. So here they go. They deliver the target, and they are able to then isolate him even further thanks to Junkrat. And that is the Mal'Ganis kill that set things off. By the way, Junkrat, talking about him, he died at the bottom of the map now too. You might have seen it on the small screen as we showed the replay. But this is now getting a bit dangerous for the Akatsuki, because they were in a great spot where they damaged pretty much every single fort on the blue team side. They destroyed one, they got their turn in, they had a kill lead. Now they're falling behind in kills. They're starting to fall behind in experience. And they're going up against the first Web Weaver wave on the Raider side. So you underestimate the Raiders at your own peril. So now that they have isolated Johan again, and they're likely going to take him down, they might have an easier chance to defend this. But yeah, if that kill hadn't happened, then I think these Web Weavers would have been much more successful than what we're probably going to see now. But it's these hook kills, right? If you're able to go for these hooks and make moves like that, it's actually absolutely insane. So, yep, now we got 6 kills to 6. We got level 13. And with that, also the extra talent, of course, that can help them in that fight a little bit more. Red team just doesn't, blue team just doesn't have it. That it's close, but still, yeah, there they go. They get the kill against Nano. Urel jumping in, and then the maze to the face. Well done. Bit more damage up at the top, maybe. Yeah, thanks to that minion wave coming through. Down at the bottom of the map, though, the fort has now been destroyed. So still looking really nice for the Akatsuki. But can they get another kill here? Oh, yes, another Gorge. Mal'Ganis is having a shit day. He is having a really shitty day. Every single time. He came in right away with the ult and said, like, all right, I'm not going to delay this any further. But this is just getting a little bit awkward. These hooks are hitting hard. Now that level 13 is in, Masquerade has the extended range, of course, as well. And yeah, that's looking pretty good. Okay, so with that, we have an entire level lead. We have now also the lead in kills. It's more so a question of who turns in next, because only one team has enough gems to get a Web Weaver wave, and that is actually the Akatsuki. And they're trying to do that now with Malfurion. Banana H is going to be very happy that they delivered the gems. So, yep, there's that. And down at the bottom of the map now, still Cure trying to not only make sure that he pushes these lanes out and gets some extra experience, but always ready for the fight here in the middle as he rotates back to try and put pressure onto Svamgrota with Stukov. And they're switching targets again. They're going once more for Johan, who hates his life today. Tracer eliminated, so yeah, that's taken down. And with that, we now have another Gorge and maybe even another killer. Sven gets body blocked, but not only Tracer, also Junkrat was destroyed. And so did Urel. I mean, Masquerade is putting on a clinic, one hook after another, but it's not going to be enough. He's not going to die too. They're losing more gems, and the Raiders, they are just savages. They are going straight in for the kill. They get 10 kills to 9. And now they're going for another fort. So yeah, one fort gone. They can get the turn in. And if they're not losing a hero this time for defense, then they have a chance to maybe even destroy another one and start to draw even a little bit here. So yeah, things get really interesting. I mean, it's 19 kills, guys, at the 11-minute mark. That means we have nearly 2 kills a minute already. Not quite there yet, but if this pace continues, then it is highly likely that this is going to happen eventually. So time will tell. Either way, very entertaining first game between the two teams here. And honestly, I have no idea who's going to take this one. There is a structure lead for the Akatsuki, but this could be negated so quickly. I mean, so quickly. 16 talents now for both teams, I suppose. Blind as a Bat has already been claimed. Also super important, the Will of the Forsaken can dodge some of those hooks. And, well, talking about dodging things, Tracer didn't dodge that. That's a kill. And that is one hero missing for defense, which is already tricky enough as is. The bottom fort, 100% going to get destroyed. No way of holding this one. Up at the top, yeah, this one is not going to make it either. Ultralisk, at least, he survived thanks to Malfurion coming in, but the entire outer ring of structures is now gonna get crushed. The Akatsuki, they're losing everything here. Are they also losing a keep? I doubt it, but they've taken the lead in structures now. They're not even trying, by the way, to push for a keep wall. Instead, they are sneakily moving to the top and are trying maybe to set up a play for boss. Yeah, okay. So let's see if they get this. Stitches is there. Wants the hook, gets the hook, and goodbye, Stukov. Ah, well, slappity slap slap. Alright. Buy some time. Look at that. Nice. Stukov survives, and then they go for Rexar. Boss is about to be taken, by the way. They're going to get this one. Boss is about to be claimed. Yep. Cure is a second too late. Maybe 1.5 seconds. But boss is in, and Cure is gone. Great lurking arm again from Stukov. Well placed. Cure was trying to get out, was totally silenced, couldn't hit his ult. Now they're trying to take Mal'Ganis down again. And, well, Junkrat dies to Chromie. Mal'Ganis is likely going to fall too, though. But it's still totally worth it, because this is still a 4 versus 3 that they're running here. And since they have the boss pushing with them too, and Sylvanas, of course, we are likely going to see that top keep fall. I would be shocked if Masquerade is able to hit another spot on hook, and that would allow them to defend the keep itself. I just don't see it happening. 13 kills to 10. We also have them now with nearly a level lead. Masquerade is moving in again, looking for Gorge, but he's on cooldown, so he's just threatening it. But he at least lands those hooks. And Sven, honestly, with 30 gems, yeah, plays dead, feigns his death, and is able to walk out. All they wanted to do essentially is make sure that they are safeguarding the gems and, of course, destroy the keep, which they just now officially did. So the Akatsuki are falling behind. Yeah, the Akatsuki are starting to have some trouble here. And that turn-in is now gonna happen. They don't have enough gems yet to make it a full-fledged turn-in, but they're close enough, at least, to say... No, they're not! Sven does not save his gems! No, he still has 30! Not the spot you want to be in. Yeah, and enough turn-ins for another objective on the side of the red team. So they still have one. They still have a chance. Cure, by the way, gets hit hard. He gets really hit hard. They even unleashed the Wailing Arrow as they were trying to kill him, but he made his way out of the fight eventually. But boy, the amount of silences and stuns that we are seeing on the blue team is just bonkers. Insanely annoying. There's the turn-in, and now they're 4 gems short of another Web Weaver wave. And more importantly, they safeguard their gems. That's the big part. That's really what's the most important for them right now, I suppose. So yeah, the attacks, they continue. They're going again for Johan down at the bottom of the map. There's the hook and Gorge. Masquerade, he's at 30 stacks now. So decent amount of extra hit points that he's now running. And you can really tell that he is getting hard to take down. And that is still the baby version of this. Once that you're at 60, 80 stacks, that's a totally different story. But Cure gets caught and killed. Chromie has such a good game. Nano is, of course, a fantastic Chromie player, don't get me wrong. But with everything that's happening here at the front, he has so much space to work with that he can always drop an ult, force them back, and it is insanely difficult for the Akatsuki to just keep tabs on everything. So, yeah, 60,000 damage for Junkrat, 56,000 damage for Chromie. But things are looking very, very good with level 20 talents now in the hands of the Raiders. Not only do they have their Web Weavers, but they also have their Storm talents. So some big, big advantages as they're coming in for the next keep. By now we got the kill command in, we got Vanquish the Weak. And let's see if they can take another keep down. Or more, of course. I mean, there is, of course, a chance that they're going to be able to even end the game here. Question is just simply, can they get some kills? So, yeah. 14 to 10. Off we go. Yeah, there's again Chromie. Chromie, and they get the kill again. Cure could not use the ult every single time. The synergy between Chromie and Stukov, so damn good. They are doing such a fantastic job blocking these kills and against Urel, who is really difficult to kill, particularly because of her ult. Now Tracer is dead too. Guys, we're looking at game. We're definitely looking at game right now. This is not only a play for keep any longer. Not if you're that far ahead. 26 kills in total, 16 kills for the Raiders, and they're going through the Akatsuki like hot butter through cheese. They're taking one hero down after another. It's a bloodbath at this point. Masquerade is trying his best to somehow delay things to bring Urel and Tracer back into the game. But with all of those keeps now gone, the core is the only thing standing between the Raiders and victory, and they are just going for it. Right-click this thing and end it. That is a victory in the first game of this best of 3 series for the Raiders. GG. Well played. Alright guys, before we're heading into the next map, just a quick PSA for everybody. I already advertised for them a while ago, and we have a sponsor here on the channel, that is Holzcan. They make watches, sunglasses, a lot of accessories, and I'm a huge fan. I talked about them a few times, and they've been a partner now for a few months. Just a quick side note, as Christmas is coming up, they actually have some special offers right now, particularly with Black Friday, so they have Black Weeks currently on their website, and what that means is that they have some absolutely crazy discounts. So there's a link in the description that you can click. Clicking the link, by the way, supports the channel directly. So even if you're not going for a wild shopping spree or anything, just clicking the link already helps. So I would really appreciate if you would take the few seconds that it takes to actually click through that and visit the website quickly. But that out of the way for just a second, their offers are really awesome. I love the products that these guys have. I have several watches from them by now, and I absolutely love them. So if you guys haven't taken a look, you definitely should. And as I said, they have some huge offers. So if you're still shopping for Christmas presents, if you want to get something for yourself, this might be the best opportunity to do exactly that. So check them out. And again, click the link, just support the channel alone. With that, we're heading into the next match. So thanks guys for listening, and enjoy the rest of the series. Towers of Doom is the second map. The Akatsuki, one more loss away from dropping down into the losers bracket. So again, we have a double elimination system, meaning winner and loser bracket. So since we only have 5 qualifiers, you still have a chance in the losers bracket to go through a couple of rounds if you end up losing in the winners bracket. The Raiders are currently ahead. They show again that they are still fairly strong, and that last week was not a fluke. So great performance in game number 1 by them. Now, of course, the question, can the Akatsuki bring it back here? I mean, right now we have Sergeant Hammer banned out. quick reminder, 8 heroes banned for the entire qualifier and, well, for the rest of the qualifiers and the playoffs. So there will be more added as we're going into the next qualifier, qualifier number 3. But for now, it's 8 heroes. You can see them down here. And the 10 heroes that were played in the first game cannot be played again. So, with that being said, game number 2, you still have lots of options available. Now they're targeting Ultralisk, of course, with their bans again, the Raiders that is. So they're taking Maiev away from him. But with Towers of Doom being the map, I mean, we still have a lot of really good heroes here. Dehaka could be played, just to name one. You could go even for the Birdie if you wanted to. Johanna, yeah, it doesn't really shock me that she gets the axe here. I guess Mirrodin is another good pick that we should see here now. So I'm kind of excited. Nano's pool is being attacked a little bit. Obviously, you can't play Chromie anymore because you already played her in the previous game. And in addition to that, Hanzo is also fully banned now, so 2 of his favorite heroes are already gone. We've seen him play plenty in the past. He is also very good on most mages, so he's not going to run out of heroes that he excels at anytime soon, but 2 of his favorites are definitely not available any longer. I'm kind of curious what exactly Cure is also going to do, what he's going to rely upon. He seems to be playing the side laner for them. Could see him on the Haka again, played in the past a lot, and yep, well, there he is. So Cure locks in the Haka immediately. That's the first thing that we're going to get from the red team. And now the question. Blue team. How are we going to play this out? Because this is a map where they played Vikings in the past. Just highlighting that, I don't necessarily expect them. I'm just saying there's a chance. There's an opportunity. So we'll see if they can do something with it, or if they even want to. But they're starting things off with Garrosh and with Rhaegar. We're going full Orcs. Full Smog, baby. Let's go. Let's smash. Okay. But yeah, good start. Johan with Garrosh, always nice. And now just the question of what we're getting on the other side for the red team. Damage healers are always interesting too. Haha, Ultralisk with Medivh, look at that. Okay, so we get Medivh and Jaina. That instantly begs the question if we're getting something along the lines of Leyline into Ring of Frost. Now, normally the answer to this would be no. Not really that popular anymore. You can't deny a lot of this. But then again, occasionally we see stuff like that. So, do they do it here? Yes, no, time will tell. Jaina with Water Elemental is very likely on the other hand. So, there's that. And, well, with this we now have Imperius banned. Imperius is also a really interesting hero for Meta Madness in particular, because you can technically still play him as a main tank. You don't have to play him as a side laner. There was a time when he was consistently played as a main tank, actually. So it's going to be a very interesting hero for a lot of the teams as we're going deeper into the tournament and the qualifiers. Vikings banned. Confirmed, the Akatsuki, they hate fun. I mean, again, I'm not the only one that knows that Vikings were played previously by the Raiders on this map, so yeah, not too bad. I can't really blame the red team for coming to the same conclusion here and just saying like, yeah, we don't want to deal with this. Instead, we have now Li Ming for Nano looking for resets, and we have Sven playing Sonya. Okay, so final 2 picks. Keep in mind, the winner bracket run of the Akatsuki depends on this map, so they need to come out swinging here. I think Mirrodin is likely as a tank for Masquerade. Plenty of options, obviously, still in the game, but only in game number 2. But Mirrodin can be a good choice here, particularly if you want to have a follow-up for Jaina and some others. And Banana Age, yeah, there's Mirrodin, and we get Deckard Cain. The old geezer needs to stay far away from Garrosh if he wants to survive anything here. So that leaves us with our last pick. Oh yeah, by the way, Zero is back. So Zero is back, which means that Swamgrota and Hunter Orc too. So both of them are actually back now that I look at it. So both of the subs are back. As I said, wasn't quite aware why exactly they were missing, but it seems that they were just a bit late. Couldn't make it for the first map. So now the full lineup again for the Raiders. So if they lose now, it's on one of these two. And here comes Zarya. So the synergy with Garrosh for the race car build. I like it. Game number 2, Towers of Doom. Let's go, everybody. We got the Raiders against the Akatsuki. Game number 2 with a full lineup. We have the Raiders on the left in blue, Sven on Sonya, Johan on Garrosh, Nan on Zarya, Zero on Liming, and Hunter Orc is playing Rhaegar. Yeah, so Nano swapped over to Zarya. And again, keep in mind, with the 2 subs, they won the first game. Now that they're here with a full lineup, if they are losing now to the Akatsuki, that would pretty clearly mean that the problem is one of the 2 that just joined for the second game. On the right side of the map, we got the Akatsuki with Banana H on Deckard Cain, Ultralisk on Medivh, Cure, he's playing the Haka. We have Skog on Jaina, and Masquerade is playing Muradin. Level 1, we're getting the Lingering Chill, and of course Frostbite for baseline stacks. We're also looking at Medivh, again played by Ultralisk here, and what he can pull off. On level 1, we're getting the Together We're Strong, and already the first flip, this time against the Haka, baiting this out a bit. Try to immediately go for a quick tongue, which got denied too. And we're off to the races. Game number 2 in the best of 3. Bit of a portal rotation, trying to go to Liming, and Zero is already in a bit of an awkward position here, and he's like, help! So yeah, still all good for him, is able to escape, but definitely a bit of a dicey moment there. It's actually a good question. I'm not quite sure when exactly Zero and Hunter Orc came back. So again, it seemed they were just a bit late and weren't able to come here when the tournament officially started, so 2 subs were instead employed. Oh, Johan is already dying. Okay, so that's an early kill for the Akatsuki. And with the portal, they're about to take over the pumpkins, but they're a bit too late to that. Actually, they're not. My point being, I don't know if these guys warmed up. I don't know if Hunter Orc and Zero were able to warm up, or if instead they just arrived and it's literally just the first game that they're playing. And they weren't even able to throw an ARAM or a quick match in or something. So 1 camp already stolen away. Nicely done. And with that, we have 2 pumpkin camps going straight over to the Akatsuki. So let's start. Don't think that this one is really going to be contested. Top side, Cure is still going up against Sonya here. And actually, it is contested. They go for it and they take it. So each team gets a camp, just not theirs. A Masquerade pausing. Clear 3t3 moment here. Not sure if anybody dropped. Doesn't really look like it. Whatever Masquerade paused the game for, the timing is slightly awkward. So Medivh is the one that they all want to go for. Keep in mind, when he gets killed, his baseline stacks are going to get reset. He is only sitting at 6 right now. So it's not a lot, but something to still keep in mind here. He has a shield out, if I'm not mistaken. And there's also the, the portal right there. But this could get a bit annoying for them. So Masquerade with a tactical pause. Tactical pause over, and nobody's dying. Alright, we're good. Nothing happened. We're good, She. Everything's fine, everybody. So, yeah, there we go. Oh, by the way, I didn't update you guys. I'm completely forgetting this. So, remember I told you guys a story that there was actually a guy that hit me intentionally with his car, kind of trying to kill me, which wasn't nice, as you can expect. So, hit me with his SUV. It rammed me off the road, literally. And I told you a little bit that here in Spain, with the court system and everything, it was kind of pain in the ass. Now, this whole thing is still continuing. It's going to be dragged out for a couple more months. But we found now out some more things, because I told you already that he's very likely going to get away with a slap on his wrist, because it seems like it is the first offense that he ever had, and that Spain is very lenient when it comes to first offenders. So, kind of bonkers situation in the first place. But now it has changed a little bit. So we already had the first court appointment and handed in some documents, you know, got some documents in return, lawyers doing their thing and so on and so forth. Turns out that guy actually lost his license already a couple of years ago. Oh, well, he might lose his life over here. So yeah, the guy actually lost his license already a couple of years ago, and on a first offense, which is a bit nuts because, again, Spain is usually very lenient to first offenders. And as it turns out, we don't really know what happened there, but it was also some traffic stuff, and he was back then also accused by a group. Now, how many groups do you usually meet on the road? So it seems like he just has a hard-on to ram cyclists off the road, so it's very likely that he already got into some kind of altercation with a vehicle, with cyclists, and so yeah, if that's actually true, then he is going to be in quite a bit of trouble on this one. So just a bit as a follow-up. Sorry, it's a bit of a side tangent, and yes, we are on not tribute, on altar number 3. But as Muradin gets murdered very quickly here in that back and forth battle, I think, oh, Li Ming! Holy hell. So yeah, able to get that done. But yeah. So just as a bit of a side note, because I haven't updated you guys and this happened a while ago. The problem obviously the entire time was how can you prove intent, right? I mean, I know that the guy looked back at me, saw me, and then literally just rammed the wheel around. Apparently he also admitted part of that to the police, but proving intent is always a little bit rough. So yeah, it is what it is. But it seems that he does actually have a record. Had already a bigger traffic violation again against the group. Seems that it was a group of cyclists. So seems like as this continues, it's getting more and more likely that he's actually going to get punished for that. Just as a side. People have been asking. I planned on informing also everybody that's watching this on YouTube and kind of forgot about it. So yeah. But from that good news also to the next good news. And the next good news is that we actually have a really good game on our hands. We have 2 kills to 1. Teams are fighting back and forth. The bad news is, at least for the red team, that the Raiders are currently doing fantastic when it comes to altar control. They have actually gotten all 3. It's a 40-28 situation that we are currently looking at. And that is just, I don't know. I don't want to say unheard of. Sorry, I had a little bit of a cough there. Something was caught in my throat, I believe. 40-0. That's getting worse. But yeah, so not quite unheard of, but not really the usual game plan that Towers of Doom follows. So yeah, we'll actually see what they can do here. I mean, right now we got level 10 on the horizon for the blue team, so not only do they already dominate on the objective, but it seems that with level 10 they will also have a much easier time for the next altar phase. Sonya is doing a number on the top lane too, so as this continues, the red team really needs to... They need a bit of a victory here. They need to kill a hero or two. Taking Johan down would be a good start. Weren't able to do that though. Dehaka still at the top lane. Ah, nice shield. Really well done for Medivh. Was at 34 stacks. Don't die, my friend. Ultralisk, if you die now, that would be bad. 38 stacks for Ultralisk, so he's only 1 good hit away from making this happen. And yeah, he's gonna get the full set. There it is, and they also get the double kill. So well done. They take Garrosh down, they take Zarya down. Really well played. Top side control though for the blue team, so they might not get one of the altars here. A couple of shots are fired, but it's only 3 shots fired because of that full control that we're getting thanks to Sonya. The isolation that hits her, that's another... Yeah. Was it really worth it interrupting there once? Nah, I don't think so. So yeah. But limiting the damage by taking the top bell tower, that was definitely worth it. That means that only 6 points are now taken off the blue team's core, so good for them. And blue team even wants to go for the camp down here. They are missing a hero though, so I'm not so sure if they can actually take this. And it's still being fought over, but with Li Ming now dying and Garrosh also getting dropped, it's obvious that their team... Oh, jeez, they're losing another one. Yeah, now they're just feeding heroes into them. So that is 3 taken out in that fight, and the pumpkin camp taken away from them. That is about as bad as it can get in that situation. Li Ming was the first one to fall, then Garrosh gets destroyed, as you can see, and then towards the end they also took down Zarya. So this is flipping very, very quickly. They went from 40-0 in a 5-3 bell tower situation to being equalized on bell towers again. Dehaka now trying to get them the lead at the top and falling behind by 5 kills, which means an entire level advantage for the Akatsuki. That just hurts. That really hurts. That is more than just bad news. So, yeah, this could become a bit snowballing. There's the taunt. They're trying to go for Medivh. Well, and Medivh... Oh, the Ancestral at 13 HP. 13 hit points, and then the Ancestral hits. Holy hell. Damn, son. That was absolutely nuts. They got the save, and they killed Ultralisk. Unfortunately for them, they were not able to get the hit in before he got his baseline quest completed. But again, close enough, I suppose. So, yeah. For now, we got the double altar up at the top. And, as you can tell, it should be an even split. There's no talent advantage and nothing else that they currently can do here. So, it should be an even split between the 2 teams. And yeah, that's exactly what we're seeing. Nobody's trying to invade, nobody's trying to interrupt. That makes no sense. You don't have a big advantage over the other team. So why would you go and risk that at this point in time? Kind of pointless. Now we got the Ancient Blessings in on 13, and some blessing he'll need in that fight because they're going again 5-on-5 instantly. And that's a nice trap here against Garrosh. If you don't have the Crybaby to help you out, then you can't just go for these easy pulls. Teams got lazy these days. There's no Anduin to save you, and now they lose the doggy too. So with a triple kill now happening and Liming getting destroyed, I think it's fair to ask the question, who's the problem? Who's the problem? Huntdog or Zero? Who's the problem here? Has to be one of them, right? I mean, game number 1, they got 2 subs, and all of a sudden it's, you know, easy breezy. They're going through and they're taking everybody down. Now they're on the second map. The entire team is playing and they're getting absolutely murdered. Is it because the Akatsuki aren't back and swinging? Or what else is going on here? I mean, either way, as is, we have a mad advantage now for the Akatsuki. Because they're 2 levels ahead, close to at least, 7 kills ahead. And they're also, yeah, looking at a talent advantage now with level 16. Now the good news is obviously that we have currently still a lead in points on the core for the Raiders. So even if they need a bit of time to bring this back, that's something they can play around with. But look at the control of Bell Towers on the map now. 6-2. That's a meme and a half. 6-2. Now they're retaking 1, but even if they claim that, it's still a 5-3 situation. So absolute dominant situation on the map now for the Akatsuki. It's kind of nuts. So I mean, this can flip very quickly now. The bigger problem is really what are you going to do against the level 16 talent advantage, right? You don't have any big moves there. What are you going to do? First of all, Medivh is cheating as usual and is just playing map hack, following the tank, following all the initiation plays that they can set up here, going down to the bottom of the map now as well. Things are looking great for them. That level 16 advantage is amazing in any kind of battle that you could possibly face. They can take the camps away. They can also just safeguard the bottom bell tower. Bot lane obviously still being the most important one when you're talking about Towers of Doom, simply because of the fact that the pumpkin camps, or most of the pumpkin camps, are traveling through the bot lane and could then directly take points off the opponent's core. But all that the Raiders are doing now is sit tight and try to get experience back. That's what they're currently attempting to pull off here. Sit tight, get some EXP, and just play this slow and calm. Get to 16 and then, you know, try and engage into a proper team fight and get a kill or 2. So right now we have already 1 camp taken. Other one hasn't spawned yet at the bot lane. But at least level 16 is now in for the Raiders. So that's that. And as is, they're trying to reclaim this. Triple altars. Oh god, this could hurt so much. Raiders, they know they got to do something here. If they imagine them losing all 3 altars, unlikely to happen, but 2 is very realistic, and then you're falling farther and farther behind extremely quickly. So yeah, that would be 10 points, and that always assumes that you don't lose anything else. For example, because your opponent takes some pumpkin camp. One has been easily defeated now, but there's another one available. And this is all happening to a Garrosh and Zarya combo, so this is a pretty tough front line to break through. But Dehaka is already at the top. He's going to be interrupted. They're giving up the one at the bottom of the map. Dehaka has to abandon this one. Zero takes the one on the top left. Some shots have already been fired. 20 points now to 21. They have to win this fight. They really have to. Even the boss is chipping in. Even the boss wants a piece of the action. The ley line! God, ley line from Ultralisk. And now Sonya is ultra dead. And so is Zarya. Ultralisk himself gets the channel, another 5 shots fired, and boy, oh boy, are the Raiders in trouble. Yeah, that is not only 12 kills to 3 and level 19 to 16. I mean, granted, it gets 17 in a moment, but still, this is a 2-level advantage and a full one this late in the game. But we also have them ahead on the objective now, and with them taking over the bell tower in the middle, they want to go for the full barrage. They want to go for the full-on slaughter here. And who's going to stop them? And how? Zarya isn't back yet. Sonya is just now appearing. And at the top, as you can see, they're already about to take that bell tower. They can claim this one. They might not be able to end the game right now, but they can definitely do a lot. If they can shield this a bit more, how many shots are going to be fired? 2, 3? Yeah, there's the defense now as they're coming in. One shot has already been fired. A second one is coming in. They're desperately trying to stop this, and they are. But 2 shots are fired, and now we might actually see a few more kills coming in. The ley line negates Li Ming's orb, but Rhaegar gets wrecked, and so does Garrosh. 3 heroes down. Easily. Easy peasy triple kill. And yep, that's level 20 in their hands. They get another one. 4 heroes gone, and now they go for the bell tower conversion again and are ready to end the game. Look at that fight. What a beautiful setup, and what an absolute disastrous position they were in there. The Akatsuki with now full control. Nobody's going to take that back in time. Li Ming is the only survivor right now. There's a boss to be taken. There's an altar that he can claim at the bottom. And now with this, it's going to spell the end of Li Ming as well, of course. You can run, baby. You can't hide. Yep, she's going to die eventually. That's the full 5-man team wipe. And that is the end of the game. Only 9 shots remaining. More shots are fired. 7 shots through the channel down here. And they're currently busy up at the top as well, getting the boss. This is lights out. We're going once again to game number 3, everybody. The shots are fired. We're going the distance. This is another 3-mapper here at the second qualifier of Meta Madness. GG. Game number 3. We're going the distance again. And now we have 28 heroes that are unavailable to the players. 20 heroes that cannot be played again because they have been played already. And on top of that, we have 8 heroes that are banned completely for this one. So yeah, very much looking forward to see what the teams are now coming up with as we're heading into Infernal Shrines. And again, quick reminder, whoever loses here drops into the losers bracket. Whoever is able to claim victory moves on to the winner bracket semi-final. So yeah, plenty of matches going around here. And yeah, very excited for this one now. So, with that, we now have immediately Sergeant Hammer banned out. Not really close. Yep. Hammer is out. Still targeting, I would assume, Ultralisk, which would mean that Maiev gets taken away. Unless they want to pick her themselves. That's obviously another option. If they don't ban Maiev out now, then I would assume that they pick Maiev for themselves. There is just no way that they're sitting there saying, like, yeah, Infernal Shrine's not a problem, we're going to give Ultralisk his Maiev. I just don't see that. So either ban or pick. Those are the 2 options. I would be shocked to see anything else happening here. Joanna getting banned also makes obviously sense. I mean, again, she's another hero that excels with wave clear. And they're getting rid of an Uberok. So now it's all of a sudden up to the Akatsuki to see what they want to do here. Do they want to ban Maiev? Do they let her through? There's also, of course, Kerrigan available now. Keep that in mind. So neither Maiev nor Kerrigan have been picked here. So that's another thing. And, well, what's it gonna be exactly? Make your choice. They're banning Maiev out. Okay, Ultralisk, he can still pick Kerrigan if he really wants to. But Maiev has been denied. So the Raiders, they cannot pick her first here. Kind of unfortunate for them, but yeah, again, it is what it is there. So, what's the first pick? What do they prioritize highly enough on Infernal Shrines that they're willing to take this now? It's Lucio. We have still Tychus in this series, I believe. So another really good pick for Infernal Shrines, especially given the fact that there's already a fair amount of damage dealers eliminated. Now, damage dealers, just generally speaking, are one of the categories in the game where you always have plenty of options available to you. You can also, of course, play a lot of melee heroes that do a similar thing. But yeah, we'll see what exactly they can now pull off there, because you have still a couple of mages around, you have Tychus around. But if you think about who's pre-banned alone already, that removes Hanzo, it removes Genji, it removes Vala, so already a few gone. Then you take the assassins that have been played in the previous 2 maps into consideration, and you start shrinking that pool a bit. Now you still have plenty of options, but some will excel. Yeah, I like that. Old school, Arthas and Kerrigan. I actually like this really a lot what they're doing right now, because not only do they pick Kerrigan away from Ultralisk, but also they have a lot of CC now. And one of the biggest problems that you always have with Arthas is that he doesn't actually have any escape tools. So he doesn't have any gap closers outside of the Howling Blast, which is of course a skill shot. So if you compare that to other tanks, they oftentimes have much easier tools to close a gap. But with Lucio behind you, now all of a sudden you're looking at somebody that can speed you up through fights, and once that Frozen Tempest kicks in and you're dropping some Howling Blasts, Kerrigan stuns, then you can really chase an opponent down. So running away from this team, good luck with that. If at any point the Akatsuki are pushing for fort, a keep or core, and they are like, we might not win this fight, they should leave early, because if they engage and then get chased, they are most likely gonna get wiped. So we'll see. Uther gets banned. We have Tyrael and Malthael for the Akatsuki. I'm so curious to see what Ultra is gonna choose now. And also, this is another comp where there are several heroes you don't really want to play into this either. It's also very old school. I told this story the other day, but Arthur's Kerrigan was one of the staples in alpha tournaments. Alpha and early beta tournaments were insane, and back then both of them had Envenom, and if you were able to draft both of them for you, you knew that you would likely win the game. Gul'dan and Ana. Okay, so a nano boosted cure is an option now for them. Okay. So they can actually go and a nano boost either Gul'dan or Malthael, depending on things. Uther is banned, or he could have gone for the double support here. Ana, Uther, Nano Boost, and Divine Shield, and then Malthael just obliterates the entire team on the shrine. But they're going Kel'Thas and they're going Samuro. Yeah, Sven had another ace up his sleeve. His Samuro gets banned frequently, but now he has it. Okay, so this is a fun one. This is a really fun one already. Gotta love this. Look at this draft, guys. Kerrigan, Arthas, Kel'Thas, and Samuro. Awesome stuff. Yeah, nice. That leaves us with Ultralisk as the final pick for the deciding map in this best of 3 series. And he goes for Leo. Alright, guys. Stage is set. Let's go. Game number 3, Inferno Shrines. The final map. Nano on Kel'Thas for the blue team, Hunter on Lucio, we have Johan on Arthas, Sven on Samuro, and Zero is playing Kerrigan. On the right side, we now have the Akatsuki with Ultralisk on Malthael, Cure on Leoric, Skok on Gul'dan, Banana H on Ana. Bananas Ana is pretty bananas and has always been absolutely bananas, which is why a lot of people ban Ana against Banana, because they know that Bananas Ana is bananas. And yeah, it's just an incredible situation here with him playing that hero again and getting access to it. There was a time where people would always ban Ana against Banana because, yeah, it was just bananas. Masquerade is playing Tyrael, so he's the last one on this. And now, of course, with level 1 talents, we get the Ardent Restoration here already. Interesting, okay. Gonna be a bit of a more aggressive Tyrael build for sure. Might even see him with adjustments on level 10 if he feels that that is something. Oh, yo, everybody going all out on the fight immediately. Oh my god. Yep. That is a nice fight without a kill, by the way. And this could have been bad. Couple of stacks for the teams here too. And particularly Samuro is already sitting at 7. He's going to be a pain. He's going to be insanely annoying as the game continues, obviously. We're now also looking at the Echoed Corruption here on level 1, which is another one that Gul'dan has to stack as the game continues. But particularly Arthur is someone that we're going to keep our eyes on. Another combo being set up, and yep, Skok in trouble. I really like, by the way, that nearly every single hero that we're seeing for the Raiders has some form of CC that he can contribute in team fights in order to get those CC chains extended or keep the target in the fight a bit longer. Particularly with Kel'Thas coming in and his Gravity Labs, that obviously is an additional layer. And I like that a lot. Kel'Thas was always awesome. Kel'Thas was always fun, just simply because you were looking at a hero that was not only contributing with a lot of AoE damage, but it really forced the opponent also to stay away from CC chains. The Gravity Labs allowed him to also make some plays, not even in a combo situation, but on an individual basis, and gave him some kind of defense. But of course, with mobility creep and a lot of the Overwatch heroes coming in, Khaldor was just too vulnerable and then disappeared from the meta. But now having him here again is pretty fun and definitely very enjoyable. So we'll see how much he can do with that. Now we get on level 4, the Energy Royal right here. And they're looking at fights again. So they are trying to see if they can maybe get that first kill in the game. Level 4 is already available. We're having the aggressive build as expected from Tyrell after his level 1 choice, with the Divine Vigor now kicking in. And at the top, it is Samuro doing his thing. So yeah, Samuro starting to move through, playing this a bit safe too. They don't have a lot of vision here right now, so they're soaking experience and just playing it slow. Samuro on level 1 with the Way of Illusion, 20 stacks that he now has. And down to the bottom of the map, similar things are happening there as well. Obviously just playing a little bit around the opponent. Q is not enjoying the treatment that he gets at the top. Leo has to move back out, so Samuro just hacking away as he's trying to turn Leoric into minced meat, which is a little bit difficult because the guy is skin and bones. I mean, you gotta find some meat first before you can actually, you know, hack away there. Banana goes down. Banana's Ana is dead. And, well, they get a counter kill, so Arthas has now also been demolished. Good night, Sweet Prince. So, yeah, he's gone. But still, both teams with a chance for first objective. Bit more control right now for the Akatsuki, at least for a second. They have 7 stacks already. But level 7 is going to kick in. The heroes are coming back. Level 4, by the way, gave us the Death Lord. That's an amazing talent in and of itself. I mean, just the name alone already. If you're looking at an opponent, it's like, he just picked Death Lord. That's just, yeah. If that doesn't make your knees quiver a little bit, then I don't know what does. But we get on level 7 the Sunfire Enchantment. Alright, Nano putting his own spin again onto his build as he has done in the past. So, yeah, kill for a kill right now. And in the meantime, another Howling Blast, the Gravity Lapse follow-up, and the end of the Angel of Death. Yeah, he just got deaded. Doing a lot of dying here today, isn't he? Masquerade is also a bit low. He's not the only one. Gul'dan is lower, and he goes down. They want to go for Ana again. Can't get the kill, but with Tyrael now eliminated, that is 4 kills in total for the Raiders, and easy access to the Shrine. 31 stacks is what the red team was able to accumulate. Q is still hoping to somehow come in, go for the big swing, and get them the objective, but it's not happening. He can ghost out here. He's likely to survive, but there's no way they're going to give up the Punisher now. Not with as many kills as they got. Then again, death timers are low, as it seems, still, and so everybody's coming back. Ultralisk, he came, he saw, and he peed his pants and ran away. Benny, BD, PP. So, guess the red team takes it after all. Great effort by the Raiders, but the Akatsuki, they went in and they took it. Yeah, I underestimated the death timers. They're way too short. So, well, this early, obviously, they're now continuing to roll. But job well done. Akatsuki with a move. And now the early level 10 is going to help. Hello, Masquerade. 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 Yeah, okay. He's still fine. Thankfully for him, the Punisher helped out a little bit and was about to lock everybody in place. So needs to be very careful that they're not staying too long. I talked about this earlier. You can't overstay when you're up against this comp here. And yeah, gotta be a bit careful on this. Level 10 is ready. And it's Pyro! Yes! Okay, love it. Let's see if we're gonna get some value. Is it a value blast or is this going to be a total disaster again? Time will tell. I would love to have some nice pyros happening here. So yeah, it would be kind of amazing if you can set something up and then get kills with it. Didn't expect that, to be honest. But hey, if they can put additional pressure on Ana or anyone else and just force the issue, it would be great. Sanctification, unfortunately, is the talent. Would have loved to see a bit more judgment, but I think that was always hope in vain. Not likely to happen with the comp that they're playing here, even though the build would, of course, lend itself to a more aggressive playstyle. So, yeah. So, here we go. And where's my boy? No Pyro just yet. I'm just waiting for it. I'm ready. I'm so ready for that Pyro Blast. And to see if he gets any kind of value out of it. Or if it's going to be a total misclick. Yeah, we'll see. Also, by the way, Lucio has gone into the soul barrier right now. I guess pointed out here. Up at the top. Samuro is such an annoying hero. There's a reason why Sven Samuro gets banned fairly regularly, because people just don't want to go up against it. But now they also have the Vikings that they're banning on some maps, so they're starting to run into a situation where it's really tough to ban any of these heroes out, because he's not the only player on the team. Now, thankfully for them, Chromie can only be played once. Nano has lost access to Hanzo because he's a pre-ban now. So there's a couple of heroes that some of the players are known for that they don't have to contest any longer. But yeah, Vikings and Samuro can be a nuisance on the side lane, for sure. So yeah. In comes the hit again, this time with the sleep dart. Nice follow-up, good gravity lapse, alright. Job well done. There's the pyro! And... nothing. I mean, it forced, I guess, Anna back a little bit. Not that she cared. They killed Kerrigan just before that happened. But, yeah, I don't know. It was an A for effort. A for effort. So, yeah, padding the stats a little bit, you know, just get some damage out here. Anna ate that one and didn't really care. If somebody else would have jumped on her, then yeah, maybe we would have seen some action. But as is, we now have, even with a kill lead, the Akatsuki starting to go for structures. They also did damage at the top fort. Obviously, I mean, they got the first objective. But now down here at the bottom of the map, they can do that as well. So, there we go. We get Shukuchi. Shukuchi, Kuchi, Kuchi. And we got the Chrysalis. Plus also the Pyromaniac. So, Khaldor is getting mentally ready for the next Pyroblast, I suppose. Oh, nice Howling Blast, but also nice ult from Gul'dan. Probably his last for a time, because he's likely gonna fall here. Is he? No! Got the Nano boost, and then he went sucky and got some hit points back. Okay, so, came in and survives, but yep, good move still from Arthas. That flank was pretty sweet. Anna was for a moment in trouble, and so was Gul'dan, so they had to sacrifice some of their cooldowns already, as they're now fighting again for the next objective. One more chance for the Raiders to bring this one back. Keep in mind, this is game 3. This is game number 3. Nice Kerrigan combo. Can they go for the kill? Ultralisk! Sanctification saves the day! But Arthas is just chasing Gul'dan over on the right side. Unlikely to get the kill here. Oh, Pyro! Value! 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 Yes! It's a party! Nice! Value Blast! And they get Leoric too. So not only do we get a Pyro kill against Malthael, Leoric has died, so did... He gets the objective, doesn't he? He doesn't! 39! 39! The Terril Explosion nearly gets them the objective, but they're sitting at 39 stacks. That's a meme. They can't get it, can they? They got so close! Imagine Tyrael being able to get it with the explosion. That would have been so damn good. But they miss out on that. Barely, but they do. And, oh, that's just sad. That would have been so good. But unfortunately for them, it wasn't meant to be. So yeah, kinda unlucky. What are you gonna do? Very little that they can do in this situation, and now of course they have to figure a way out to stop the push, stop the objective here. But yeah, nicely done. Very good moves by the blue team. The Raiders, they are showcasing that they want to move on to the next round of the winner bracket. They don't want to get dropped down into the lower bracket by the red team. So they are going through the bottom fort. They go through the wall, and they are getting really, really close now to level 16 as well. So yeah, 40 to 39 was what they were able to pull off here. Attacks are still happening. Another hit. And can they go for the kill? Not quite. Also, we could get another ult from Khaldor. Yeah, hasn't used it yet. Tries to get the kill against Cure. Does. And maybe now, following this one up, can he? No, maybe. Sanctification. Nano, low. Doesn't drop an ult just yet. They should get the kills here. They really should. And they're about to. Ultralisk is low. Arthas moves out. And the Angel of Death is dead again. Masquerade also got killed. And Nano. Run, baby! Run! If he would have just run away, he might have been able to escape here. But yep, perfect. It would be a shame if somebody would have clipped that and showed it again. It would be a shame. Yeah, alright, so. Nano's on the run, then he's like, good idea, let's mount, baby. He gets killed. Oh, Tyrael trade value, absolutely stellar. Now, Nano's the only one that falls there. We still have, of course, a massive kill advantage. It doesn't change. 12 kills to 3. They're 2 levels ahead. They took the second fort out. So the moral victory goes to the Akatsuki because they got the Tyrael explosion kill. But the game itself is going a different way. Let's be honest about this. Look at the damage numbers also. Nano's actually top damage in the game. He's at 40,000, so he's top damage in the game right now. A little bit ahead of Malthael. But yeah, it's just so damn good. Some really, really cool moves here. I was waiting for the Pyroblast during this fight actually the entire time, but we never really got it. It was also not needed, to be fair. So there wasn't really a reason to drop it. No stats padding by Nano. Nah, he wants to earn his damage, you know. So yeah, 18 to 16, at least even talents. The Royal Focus build is now completed. We also get the Hereditary Forging after Law and Order. And up at the top, it's still Samuro doing his things. With the merciless strikes right now. So yeah, Samuro, as the game opens up, as the map opens up, is going to become more and more annoying. Already annoying enough as is, but just wait until you see him on level 20. And here's another Shrine activating. Don't really think they're going to get Storm Talons on this one. But yeah, Samuro up at the top. Does this thing again. Might be in trouble here. No, not yet. Tries to get out and is able to escape. So, yeah, all good. Rest of the team has fallen down to the bottom of the map to get another camp. But they have to fight for the objective without level 20 talents. They're just too far away. 37 stacks, by the way, for Tyrael on his level 1. It's not too bad. And they're actually not fighting. Look at that. They're buying time. I like it. They're just sitting there and they're saying like, yeah, what are you going to do? Like, you have to react to us, that's fine. We're gonna poke your keep at the bottom of the map a little bit. We're gonna get Samuro up for this, and we're gonna buy time. If we lose the objective, we're fine with that, but we're gonna get level 20, you won't have that, and we are going to damage your structures too. So, fair trade. Really nice way to just play this one out. They got the cap at the bottom. Hunter Orc dodging the Horrify like a boss. He saw that coming from a mile away and he's just like, no, my friend. Not happening. Not on my watch. So now they're closing in on level 20. They might even have to have a chance to fight for this. And by the way, this is likely going to take the bottom keep down. So that is a losing fight for the Akatsuki no matter what happens. Well, they get some kills though. So Arthas is down. Bottom keep still in trouble. Level 20 is now in. But again, the more important story, bottom keep should fall. Samuro at least could go down and deal with it. Oh, but losing a few more, that would be a problem. So Zero gets out. Cure is thinking about it, decides against it, but could have technically tried and go for the kill here. Talking about killing things. Down at the bottom of the map, yep, the keep is now gone, and Samuro is pushing through the top. Whereas in the middle, the first fort for the blue team will finally get destroyed. They can't save this. Maybe a bit more. I mean, Arthas is down for another 20 seconds. So, gotta wait this one out and see what he can do there. Up towards the top. Yep, this one is also gonna get destroyed. Look at Cure. Cure hates this. Cure hates every moment of this. Another fort destroyed. Core shield gets tickled a little bit. Not there's gonna be any consequence. We have the anti-magic shell now. No ult yet for Lucio. He's gonna wait this one out. But they are, of course, looking absolutely fantastic here now. They have so much control over the map. Nice move to go to the top lane now in an attempt to get another fort that removes another fountain. And yep, Tyrael just gets it low enough so that the damage over time is going to take it apart. But they're still getting chased a bit. There's the flank. Gravity Lapse. Can they zone them? Can they get one here? If they chase any... Like, if Arthas gets to them, this is what I talked about in the draft already. This is exactly what I talked about. They are getting caught here. They're getting caught and they're getting absolutely murdered. You cannot run away from these guys. Once that they get you, you are locked into the fight. There's too many stuns, too many slows, and you're just gonna get demolished. And now they want to go for a game, of course. They're going down to the bottom of the map. They're looking for Cure. And they're gonna kill him too, aren't they? Yes, Cure is gonna fall. He's dead. Was trying to buy them a bit of time here. But now they're moving in. Moving for the core in an attempt to end the game, end the series. Move on to the next round of the winner bracket. The Akatsuki, ladies and gentlemen, looking absolutely fantastic. Losing game number 2 and then coming back swinging with a great performance on the third and final map to drop the Akatsuki down into the loser's bracket. The Raiders with the victory here. GG.